Hey guys, welcome to week 1 tutorial 2. Hope you enjoyed the first one. So today what we're going to be looking at, and we always talk about it, is being able to manipulate the ball with all parts of our feet and body. Alright, but today we're going to specifically focus on using the outside of our feet. Okay, and we do a lot of that when we're cutting and turning with the ball, but more specifically today we're going to look at being able to pass the ball with the outside of our feet, and also controlling the ball with the outside of our feet. So the more touches, again, with all the different parts of your feet, the more familiar you become with all body parts, which is really important. So this exercise here, using the outside of our feet, is for development players right through to advanced. Obviously for the advanced players, you're looking to do all these exercises a little bit quicker, maybe from a further distance away, trying to keep that technique all the time. Alright, so remember, we always say it, set your own challenges. This is what the first exercise was. Development players. So we've gone through how important it is to be able to pass the ball with the inside of our feet, making sure that we do the basics really well. Okay? But another thing that you can start to bring into your game now, your touches, is to be able to pass the ball with the outside of your feet. A great tool to have. Okay, it gives you a lot more options when you're dribbling or running with the ball. And also when you're trying to find a teammate. So if you can start to slowly bring in, getting familiar with the ball touching the outside of your feet and being able to pass with the outside of your feet, is going to be a big advantage to you when you're playing. So it would look like this. All you need again is just a wall, okay? And I want you to keep your chest facing one direction. So I'm going to be side on to the wall. My chest is facing this way, and the ball is just going to be here at my feet. All I'm going to be doing is playing the ball with the outside of my foot. So to begin with, you can just play outside and control with the right. I'm using my left here now. So play left, control right. Play left, control right. Left, control right. Again, we're on our toes, touch and control. Touch, control. Touch, control. Touch and control. I want to just break this exercise down for you. So when we're passing with the outside of our feet, I don't want you to picture me using this part of my foot, because even though it is the outside, I'm not actually using the outside of my foot like this. It's not that. So don't get caught up in using this part of your foot because it's the outside. Have a look in slow motion what this looks like. I'm bringing my foot around the ball and I'm playing just with the top and a little bit of the outside here. So imagine there's a halfway line drawn down my boot. You're using this side of that line to play the ball. So it's there, there. Foot comes around, there, there. If you need to stand still and just do it stationary, no problem at all. There, 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 there. So that's left foot. We'll be doing the same on the other side, right foot. Go again, there. When we're learning to use the outside of our feet, it's a little bit awkward at the start, okay? So make sure you're just nice and relaxed and you're passing that ball, just like you would with the inside, passing the ball. You're doing the same with the outside, so there, 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 there. Keep a little mark on the wall and just trying to hit that mark all the time, left and right. As you get better, you can go a little bit further back. Notice my chest is still facing this way. Yep. Still facing that way. Left and right. Okay. So that's the first exercise, outside of the foot. See how you go. For the advanced players as well, don't forget that this first exercise here is also great for you. Okay, so hitting the ball against the wall, nice and quick if you can, outside of the foot. making sure we've got great direction, you're making good contact with that ball, and you're consistently hitting one spot. So I'll use my left foot, which is my weaker foot, but I want to get that consistency right, okay? So this is what it looks like, advanced players, the stationary, outside of the foot. Development and intermediate players. This is another exercise again where we're using the outside of our feet. But what you'll notice in this one is my body position has changed. So the first one was side on, chest facing this way, and I'm playing with the outside of my foot. This one here, I'll be turning and I'll be facing the edge of the garden net, chest facing this way, and I'm playing forward now. So imagine in the game, I'm running that way, here's my defender, I'm going to play the ball to my teammate with the outside of my foot, left or right, and then go from there. Okay, so this one's frontal, the first was side on. Side, this one's front. Okay, so watch how this goes. Again, depending on how you're feeling, if you're comfortable doing this, you can adjust the distance of the cone away from the ball. And again, nice and bright, be on your toes. We're playing outside, control, outside, control, outside, control, outside, control. And just for the sake of this, I'm going to move mine back a little bit so it doesn't keep hitting the cone, and just get that nice smooth rhythm going. Outside, control, outside, control. Okay? This is what it will look like in real time. So we're here, on our toes, touch, play, touch, play, touch. Of the foot, outside of the foot, and we keep going. So for the advanced players, the progression with this next exercise is that we're using the outside of our feet every single time now when we control the ball. So the first one was outside, control inside, outside, control inside, outside, control inside. This one here, we're using only the outside. Again, something you just have to get used to, but it's just the touches on the ball with the outside of your feet, and you'll be using left and right. So this is what it will look like. Outside, control, outside, control, outside, control. Using both feet, always outside of the foot. Plenty of touches on the ball. Doesn't matter if you hit the cone, you keep going. Outside, touch, play, touch, play, touch, play. And keep going from there. And if you do it quick, you get your heart rate racing as well. If you're starting to get tired or your calves are burning, rest, because it's all about the technique of this one here. Exercise number 2 for outside of the feet passing or even shooting. Now again, this is an exercise for players developing and advanced players. Just go out there and practice it. The more you can get touches on the ball with the outside of your foot, the better you'll be. So practice them all, okay? So for this exercise here, depending on how much room you have in your backyard, you can either at the start dribble the ball. So you might put some cones here, dribble, 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 whatever you like. And when you get to the end cone, you're looking to pass that ball, again, working on those techniques we did earlier, looking to pass or shoot into that goal with the outside of your foot. So again, be creative what you want to do up here. It might even be someone throws the ball into you, you control, you dribble, and then you finish with the outside of the foot shot. So all I'm going to do here now, just to make it very simple, is I'm going to slowly dribble up to this cone. When I get to that cone, I'm going to look to play in that goal with the outside of my foot. Make sure you've got a good, healthy amount of footballs here for yourself, otherwise you'll be chasing them off. So it'll look like this. Dribbling up to the pink cone, inside, outside, inside, outside, inside, outside. Okay, on play. Again. Change it up a little bit. The first part was dribbling. I'm now going to run with that ball at pace. So I'm going to imagine that's a defender. I've drawn that defender towards me, and I'm going to play it to my teammate, which the goal is representing. So instead of dribbling now, I'm going to run at speed and play that ball again with the outside of my foot. So it's just there, just that part there. Making good contact with the ball. One more time. There's my defender. I'm going to dribble at pace to that defender and play the ball to a teammate. Now, while we're talking about technique with the outside of our feet and using that to manipulate the ball, there is one thing that I want you to also consider or think about when you're doing these exercises. And like I said, imagine that's a defender there, the pink cone. As now I get to that defender and I play this ball, I want you to think now about a little change of pace to get around that defender. Because we want to try in a game, I'm thinking anyway, with my way I'm trying to play here today, is that I'm playing the ball there, I'm getting around my defender nice and quick, maybe to receive it on the other side. So in here now you've got some dribbling, you've got outside of the foot pass, and you're thinking about really accelerating once you play that ball to get past that defender. Make sure you do this left and right. Always remember when you're learning these new techniques, patience. Don't get frustrated within yourself, okay? And try and do them at your own speed, okay? So you're gonna have to always think of different ways that you can step it down if it's too difficult, or the opposite, step it up if it's becoming too easy. So that might be bringing the goals closer, putting them further away, running at more pace towards the cone, lots of different things. So you can work that out, have a fiddle around with some different ideas, but remember, patience, and do it in your own pace. Okay, so advanced players, now we're going to be looking at dribbling or slaloming with cones, playing against a wall. So basically what we're doing is we're moving and receiving the ball with the outside of our foot, and because we've put cones in here, you're going to have to wait now to pass really well. And what also you'll have to do is consider the angle that you play the ball on against the wall. So this is not easy, but again, it's something just to try. Don't get frustrated if it doesn't come off. Keep practicing. So with this exercise here, again, everything's a little rhythm. I'll just quickly walk through it with you. You're taking 2 touches in between every cone. So we'll just walk through it. So what I mean by that is we're playing with the outside of the foot here, playing, controlling again with the outside, playing, controlling again, playing. Here we turn, again, playing, control, play, control, play, control, play. Here, play, control, play, control, play, control, play, control, play. And again, challenge yourself with your speed. If it's difficult at the start, slow it down. Okay, so my top tip of the day, I want to clarify a couple of different things for the players and parents as well. So we've got our 3 levels here that we're working on in the tutorials, developing, intermediate and advanced. Now I want you to, as a player and also a parent if you're helping these players with these tutorials, remember that you have to go in your own pace. But for younger players, for example, our under 9 HPP, you've got to really think about whether you're able to do the advanced exercises at the correct level. So what I'm saying is that if you're under 9 HPP, you can still benefit a lot from what the developing exercises are, because at 9 years old, 10 years old, 11, 12, 13, we are still developing those core skills, which is what these tutorials are about. So 9-year-olds, the 8-year-olds that might be watching, don't straight away jump to the advanced just because you're in a HPP squat. You still have a lot to get out of the tutorials for developing players, because you guys are still developing in this technical skill acquisition space. All right, so really important to remember, and for the parents as well. And also saying that with the younger players, the advanced players as well still can get a lot out of the developing exercises, because this touches on the day. Always remember, technique comes first in every exercise, and step it up or step it down according to how you feel.